Waste to Water Sports crew, ahoy! How's everybody doing? Welcome along to what is going to be an epic night of rugby league action. Knee Crumbler, ahoy mate! Knee Crumbler mixing it up has gone for the Warriors by 1,000 to 0. You know what? 1,004. JC Smoke, ahoy mate. Aussie John, of course, welcome along there mate. Liam Porter, ahoy. Hope everybody's doing extremely well because it's going to be an interesting night of footy. So not only do we have coming up later on the main event of the evening, of course, the Broncos reigning premiers versus the Penrith Panthers, the team that's dominated the recent history of the competition, looking to bounce back to their absolute best. That's going to be a great game up there at Suncorp, of course, because why wouldn't it be at Suncorp? But we've also got to keep an eye on this one. I mean, the Warriors fell apart at the back end of last season when Luke Metcalf went down with a season-ending injury. Tanah Boyd, for me, just doesn't quite have it. He's not quite up to that level of a game-controlling number 7. Willing to be proved wrong here today. Of course, he's got his opportunity starting in the number 7 jersey. And it's his chance to lead the team around the park and prove that he can indeed do it. And it's also going to be our first look. Sorry, I'm just going to get my preview screen up here. It's also our first look at Daly Cherry-Evans in a Roosters jersey. Can't believe it. For so long, we've seen him running around in maroon, whether it be for Manly or for Queensland. He always seemed to be wearing maroon. It's going to be interesting to see him in some new colours. Well, obviously, he played for Australia as well, so we have seen him in green and gold. But I digress. Okay, Dylan, over on TikTok. Nawanga Nitawase, anytime try. Pompey, anytime try. Nice. I'll tell you who I've gone for. I've gone 4 legs in this one. I think we're going to see a lot of tries. And I've gone for some old faithfuls. These players have never let me down before, so watch them all let me down today. It's almost like you can just feel it, like everybody's just going to suck at once. Tony Dabos, being a Bulldogs fan, you tipped the Roosters. Team Mr. Deeds, 2 blockbusters to come up. Okay, so I'm still working on this year's overlay for the multis, but I do have a same-game multi on. Like I said, these players did not let me down last season. So watch them go ahead and let me down in the opening round of this season. You can just sense it, right? It's one of those things. So, without further ado, Mark Nawanga, of course. I mean, he was a try-scoring machine last year, wasn't he? And I expect the way that the Roosters attack, and especially with Cherry-Evans there, it might just open him up even more. I was even tempted to put Nawanga in for 2+ tries. But I've composed myself and I've left him in there for just 1. So, Nawanga anytime try score. And also, Billy Smith. Billy Smith. He is... How to describe Billy Smith? He's just a reliable, solid player. And if enough attention goes on Daniel Tupou outside or Nawanga outside, there'll be an opportunity for Billy Smith, and yeah, he loves to have a run every now and then. Stephen Peak, thank you very much for joining the channel membership over there on YouTube. I will drink to that, my friend. Cheers, buddy. Welcome back. I know you've been a channel member before, so thank you very much for rejoining. Stephen Peak. So that's my 2 Roosters players. I've also linked that up with 2 Warriors players. Like I said, I'm expecting a lot of tries in this one. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. Never let me down. Every time I put him in my multi, he always seems to be the leg that hits. So we've gone for him again. And also, my boy, I love this man. One of my favorite players. And I know that he's starting from the interchange bench. So it's always risky when you put an interchange player on a same-game multi. But Leka Halisima, I can't go past him. I mean, he just finds his way to the try line. And I can't wait to see him do some damage again in season 2026. So there's my 4. I've gone all out, like I said. Burko, ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Team Mr. D says, you reckon I'll make kickoff? I'm 5 minutes away from home. Yes, you've got probably exactly 5 minutes to get there. Okay, Stephen Peake, Scott Nwangani Tuase, RTS, Leka, and Laban. Nice. Bruce, ahoy there, mate. Over on TikTok, JC Smoke. It's a meat lover's pizza and 20-piece popcorn chicken. Somstar, ahoy, mate. Team Mr. D, it's got a chest infection. That's no good, mate. Yes, here's to fast healing. You know what's good for that? Some whiskey on the rocks. Actually, no, don't listen to me. That was not medical advice. It was a piss take. Absolutely not. Absolutely not medical advice. Bruce, ready to watch the Roosters milk all the penalties. Couple of teams with some reputations tonight, isn't there? There's the Roosters, who have the reputation of milking. There's the Broncos playing later, who have the reputation of getting all the calls go their way. It might not be the best night for referees. We're not far away from kickoff, though, in this opening game. Warriors versus Roosters. Daly Cherry-Evans running out in Newcastle. You just can't believe it. Rectub, thank you very much for the heart me over on TikTok. Cheers, mate. Let's see. I'll get my buttons in a position that I'm comfortable with so that we can try and keep everybody updated as best as possible. Yes, exactly, Darren. All the calls and Thursdays and Friday games and every single game at Suncorp. But that's what happens when you're 70% owned by the major sponsor. Aussie John wants to know what's going on with Ryan Papenhuyzen. Well, he's decided that he's had enough. A little bit of a rest is what he wants. So, yeah, Ryan Papenhuyzen has retired from the NRL. Now, this is an interesting looking jersey here for the Roosters. A new look away jersey for season 2026. I'm a little bit of a traditionalist when it comes to the jerseys, so I don't know. I don't really go for all these fancy new... Just keep it nice and simple, keep it traditional. Like, they've got all these little gaps in the bars of the blue and red V. Blue and red V's, gaps in the bars. Just keep it nice and simple. Keep everything joined, simple, traditional. Roosters heading out onto the field. Nice big turnout here for the Warriors once again. And there he is, Daly Cherry-Evans. Wow. I don't know what the deal is, but just seeing him in white, the Roosters away jersey, the white dominant, it just makes his neck look even longer. That is incredible. I tell you what, if you can't see this game, look up highlights, look up photos of it afterwards, because that white jersey is just elongating Cherry-Evans' neck even further. It's ridiculous. I think it's because that Roosters jersey seems to have a low neckline. Like, I'm seeing the Warriors run out now, and their jerseys are sort of up, you know, where my shirt is. The Roosters jersey seem to be coming down a bit more in a V-neck around the neckline. Anyways, let's not turn this into a fashion show. We're about ready for kickoff. Tanah Boyd looks like he'll be doing the job. Warriors will be kicking off to the Roosters. Now, let's remember my four legs. Billy Smith, Nwangani Tuase, Wateni Zelezniak, and Halisima. 24-12 to the Roosters. Reckons built different. Aussie John, is the match live on Sky in New Zealand? I can only imagine yes. Moments away from kickoff. Warriors, Roosters. Roosters will get first possession. And, of course, my KO is now buffering because KO loves a good buffer. But there's the whistle. And we're off and running. The kickoff down into the corner. It's going to land on the 10-metre line where Cherry-Evans takes his first hit. And he hands it off to Naifa'u White. Big defence from the Warriors here. 4 men driving White towards the sideline. But the power of Naifa'u White easily keeps himself in the field of play. I tell you what, the aggression early from the Warriors' defence. They are not letting the Roosters get any post-contact meters. Halfway through the set, they've only just made it outside their 20. Collins, he's only going to go one way. Big Lindsay Collins. Back into midfield. Here's Teddy. Teddy offloads. Keeping the ball alive. Steep with the offload back. 5th and last. Just short of halfway. Cherry-Evans in the 6. Plugs it into the corner. And it's an easy take at the back for the Warriors. So yeah, my same game multi for try scorers. No one going to say. Billy Smith. Wateni Zalesniak there, speak of the devil. Wateni Zalesniak hits it up the middle. Here's Tuivasa-Sheck now. Keeping it up tight, up the middle. Tackle 4 here for the Warriors. 6 again. And it turns into a full penalty now for high contact. Naifa'u White. Pressure on the neck. High contact. Take your pick. And this is a nice little piggyback upfield now for the Warriors. Just what they needed. Finding touch just over halfway. So, 2 minutes into the contest. Yes, the clock is a little bit behind. 30 metres out in midfield. Fisher-Harris backs into the defence. Slow play the ball. Down the right edge they go. Capewell has his pants pulled down. We can see his undies. Egan back into midfield. Boyd drops it off to Fisher-Harris. Fisher-Harris back for Egan. Keeping the ball alive here, the Warriors. But Roosters' defence holding firm in midfield. 2 tackles left. Boyd wants it on the right. He angles back into midfield for Jackson Ford to crash it up. 5th and last. Egan goes left. Here's Boyd. Out the back they go. 2-on-1 out to the left. But Pompey straightens. Draws in the last line. But the scrambling defence of the Roosters shuts it down. Roosters putting pressure on. And forcing the knock-on here from the Warriors. Well, they're going to think about Captain's Challenge, are they? Yes, they are. Well, this is an early Captain's Challenge for the Warriors. They seem convinced. This is a very, very early call for Captain's Challenge. It was called a knock-on against the Warriors, and they went up immediately. Capewell looks back on the inside, got the ball in 2 hands, offloading for Egan. Egan's got his opposite, Ioelu, coming at him, and he does make contact with it. It's been lost forward off Egan, though, first. Well, hang on, let's have a look. Capewell throws it back. Wade Egan touches it there. Okay, so it has come off. Ooh, it looks like it's come off Wade Egan first into the hands of Ioelu. The Warriors are calling for 6 again. That's why Harris-Tavita's there in the background. He was very convinced that this was 6 again. It's definitely off Egan first. Okay, it's gone their way here, the Warriors. Captain's Challenge is successful. It's off Wade Egan, continued to travel backwards into a hand of the Rooster, and then gone forward off the Rooster. So, captain's challenge successful. Well, they seemed pretty adamant about it. It was a risky call, I thought, going for the challenge that early, but it's worked out for them. 20 metres out now in midfield. The Warriors. Great opportunity here as they build some pressure on the Roosters' line. Aaron Clark straight up the middle. 5 metres out. Egan goes short. Fisher Harris flick pass around the back. Keeping it alive to the left edge they go. Pompey's wrapped up. Racing up out of the line. Great defence there from Porga. Now Harris-Tavita attacks back down the left edge. 10 metres out on play 4. 6 again for inside the 10. Oh, this is immense pressure early on here. Fisher Harris with a settler in midfield. 10 metres out from the line. They love attacking the left. Cut out pass to Pompey. Read well by Ponga again. Halfway through the set, still 5 metres out. Harris-Tavita back into midfield. Egan flicks it out the back, and it's well read by the Roosters' defence. Butcher put him down. Tanah Boyd now with the short ball for Clark. Well read again. The Roosters' defence holding on, and it's a mistake. Jacob Laban. Incorrect play the ball. And that is a simple handover here for the Roosters. Sammy Walker in there to make the tackle on the big fella. And then, yes, he can't hold on to it. Frustration for the Warriors. No creativity in attack, says Rick Tubb. Game Mel, ahoy! Scrum down 10 metres out from their own line, the Roosters. Now go left for Nwanganitawase. He's standing one out from the scrum. That's not where we expect to see him. Butcher up the middle. Mark Music. Ahoy, mate. Tupou with a strong carry. Takes 3 to bring him down on the 40. Quick play the ball. Here's Tedesco up the middle. Dummies. Spins in the tackle. And he's taken down 45 out from their own line. Just short of halfway. Walker, dummies, steps off the left and well wrapped up there. Aaron Clark read it. 5th and last for the Roosters. Cherry-Evans from halfway, puts it high. Contestable kick if they get through fast enough. They don't. And Watene Zalesniak with an easy take. 6 minutes gone. No score. Warriors, though, they've had their opportunity. Someone lost a boot. Who is that big yellow boot out there in the middle of the field? Players getting tangled up. Warriors looking for a set restart, but they don't get it. Tuivasa-Sheck heads to the left. 6 again for inside the 10. They get it this time as they're up to halfway, the Warriors. Now going down the left channel. The short side. Capewell stands. Looks to get the quick play the ball away. Egan catches the markers napping. He goes straight over the 30. Halfway through the set. Good pressure building again for the Warriors. Boyd drops it off inside for Fisher Harris. Fisher Harris brings it back into midfield. 2 tackles left. Boyd heads across to the right. Goes out the back. Nice ball for Leia. What's his name? Sorry. Leilatua. Boyd now on the 5th and last. Crossfield kick. Lands it in the end goal for Nwanganitawase to take on the full. And he races out to the 20 for the tap. Marky Mark. Fantastic work. And a penalty now on tackle 1 for high contact. Penalty Roosters. They've survived the threat. And now they can clear their lines. Joseph Lacey, thank you very much for joining the channel membership over there on YouTube. Very much appreciate it, mate. Oh, and there it is. Fisher Harris in over the top. Nwanganitawase was falling, so mitigating circumstances there, but a penalty nonetheless. Roosters plug this one into touch just short of halfway. Or actually, it's right on the halfway line. Cherry-Evans back into midfield for Naifahu White. There's 2 balls on the fields. There's White with some post-contact meters. Down the left edge, Walker onto Collins. Collins wrapping around the back. Walker for Cherry-Evans. Dancing footwork from DCE. And we've now got time off. Yep. They finally got that other ball off the field. Jeez, that was a delayed reaction from the officials. Halfway through the set in midfield, 30 out. Tedesco, out the back it goes for Smith. Sends it on for Tupou. Tupou angles back in field. 15 metres out. Down the short side, Billy Smith scampers away. He's a little upright, finally gets himself to ground now on play 5. Just a few metres out from the line now. Walker with a crossfield kick. It's a shocker. It's a shocker. It's gone literally straight across field. Beware the second kick of Nwanganitawase. But now, Nickel Clockstad at the back tidies up for the Warriors. And Tuivasa-Sheck makes a good kick return up towards the 40. Oh, that was a shocker. An abysmal kick from Sam Walker. And, of course, Nwanganitawase nearly makes something out of nothing. He claims it gets the second kick in. Nickel Clockstad does well in the end. 10 minutes gone, no score. Egan down the short side again. Up over halfway goes Harris-Tavita. 2 left now for the Warriors. Egan in at first receiver. Fisher-Harris up the middle. Bumps off 1. Drags Nafahu White with him up to the 40. 5th and last. Tanah Boyd puts it high. Pressure here on Tupou. It's going to land 15 out. Everybody's missed it. And it sits up for the Warriors. And the Warriors secure a penalty here. One of their kick chasers was taken out without the ball. And a penalty to the Warriors. Tedesco's up asking the referee what's going on here. 15 metres out from the line. Yes, it was Leia Tower was taken out by Sam Walker in an escort off the ball. Warriors finding touch on the 20. They tap and go. Jackson Ford back into midfield. Boy, there's been a lot of pressure here on the Roosters early. The crash ball straight up the middle for Aaron Clark. A metre short right in front of the post. Egan sends it left. Boyd takes the line on. Dummies! Tanah Boyd scoots straight through. He sold the dummy to Tanah Boyd. And that's the first try of the night. Tanah Boyd of all people. Can you believe it? They were lined up to the left. The Roosters' defence was committed to the outside man. Tanah Boyd with a heads-up play. Sells the dummy. Steps off the left boot. And through he goes. Pretty much untouched. Sold the dummy and made them look foolish. And it was Cherry-Evans. Well, Cherry-Evans was one of the players. There were 2 Roosters involved. Cherry-Evans and Nat Butcher. And they both just got made to look foolish. Yes, and of course, I was literally just saying at the start of the game how I don't think Tanah Boyd's an NRL standard number 7. Of course, why wouldn't he score the first try after that? And he's going to kick the goal, so it's going to be Tanah Boyd 6, Roosters 0. I mean, why wouldn't that happen? You know what? At this point, I'm just going to stop talking about people. I'm not going to say anything about anyone. I give a player a rap. They make a mistake the very next play. I say they're not up to standard. They go and score the opening try. And he's about to kick the conversion. Just to the left of the post. Tanah Boyd to make it 6-0. Easy kick. And he makes it look easy as well. 13 minutes gone, and the home side, the Warriors, 6-0, and it's been domination so far. It's been all Warriors in this opening half thus far. So they've spent pretty much the entirety of the time down on the Roosters' try line, or inside the 20 at least. Really enjoying their time at the moment, the Warriors. 6-0. JC Smoke wanting me to keep trash talking the Warriors. The Roosters get us back underway. Kick goes down into the corner, taken on the goal line by Tuivasa Sheck, who's got Fisher Harris with him. And Fisher Harris takes it outside the 10 with a good run. Capewell now back in towards the middle of the field. Keeps his feet all the time, Capewell. And now space for Egan. Has he copped a high shot there from Cherry-Evans? No, says the official. Continuing to assault the middle channel, though. Aaron Clark on play 4. Brings it out to the 40. Now, Nickel Clockstad finds some space up the guts. The Roosters are starting to fall off tackles. Fifth and last, Boyd puts the kick down for Tupou. Tupou uncontested. Takes it on the 20. Roosters back in possession. What a hit, though, from Harris-Tavita chasing through. I mean, that's a big hit on a big boy. Collins, so Angus Crichton spills it. Warriors back in possession. Capewell comes away with the ball. Layla Tua tackled 30 metres out. An incomplete set for the Roosters. They finally had their hands on the ball. And they've gone and coughed it up, and now more pressure. Boyd to Fisher Harris in midfield. 20 metres out. Tackle 2. Egan brings it back into the middle for Clark. Quick hands from Boyd. On to Laban. Keeps the ball alive for Nickel Clockstad. Fires it over the top for Watene Zelezniak. And he goes to ground 5 metres out. And of course, Watene Zelezniak's holding his cheek. He loves to hold his head after a tackle. Fisher Harris with Boyd wrapping around left. Double pump from Harris-Tavita over the top. Bounces nicely for Tuivasa Sheck. Tries to barrel his way over the line, but he's taken into touch. Scrambling defense from the Roosters. Oh, it was on, though. And they go quickly with Nwangani Tawase. It was on. Sweet Pea, ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Nafahu White over the 30. Staying on the short side. Walker onto Smith. Smith up over halfway. Breaks the line. Billy Smith's got support in field from Teddy Tedesco. And Tedesco scores the try, and the Roosters hit back. Teddy Tedesco lurking up the middle in support. And just like that, Billy Smith with the line break. One-on-one tackle missed. Draws in the fullback and puts Tedesco away. Try confirmed. James Tedesco. And the Roosters, well, it took them some time, but they made it look easy when they finally put it together. Game ML, yes, I do have bets for this game. Billy Smith, anytime try. Nwangani Tawase, anytime try. Watene Zelezniak and Leka Halisima, anytime try. So, not looking good at the moment. Billy Smith, one-on-one, puts the big fend on. Maybe a little bit of a question mark over the pass, back in field. But the try has been confirmed. Sam Walker retaining his goal-kicking job. Let's see if he can lock the scores up. Just 10 to the left of the post. It should be a pretty simple one. Walker moves in, pushes it out to the right. It hooks back nicely. Perfect. 6 apiece. Six points apiece. This game suddenly sprang to life. The Warriors score, and then suddenly, boomfa. The Roosters hit straight back. Almost a quarter of a way through this contest, and 6 apiece. Warriors drop the kickoff, 10 out from the Roosters line. Nwanga Nitawase with the hit up. And he fights his way out to the 20. White getting through some solid work here in the first half. Looks to offload. He got the arm free. But he couldn't get that ball away. It's Butcher back in midfield. A score from the Chiefs versus Pacifica Super Rugby game as Tedesco brings it up to the 40. Late offload for White. Bumps off one. Nafahu White still going. Up to halfway. Cherry-Evans down the short side. Steps back in field. Offloads. Ioelu goes straight through. Another line break. The no-look flick pass in field. And it's been lost forward by the Roosters. Chiefs, after 56 minutes, are leading Moana Pacifica 43 points to 9. The Roosters, though, they're starting to make clean line breaks. And they're starting to make them very, very easy. Ioelu there with a non-traditional pass. The no-look flick pass back in field. And this will be a scrum down for the Warriors. 20 out from their own line. They bring it right for Wateni Zalesniak. Gets himself caught a little upright. And he's an easy target there for the Roosters defenders. A 3-man tackle shuts him down nice and easily. 6 apiece. Warriors and the Roosters, but the Warriors have been dominating possession and territory. Here's a loose pass out the back. Harris-Tavita has to race back and dive on the loose ball. And they've lost some yardage here. 25 out from their own line. Halfway through the set, Fisher-Harris wanted it, but it goes to Capewell on the left. Capewell gets the 6 again for the Warriors. Egan catches the napping up marker. Up over halfway goes Nickel Clockstat. And these 6 agains are absolutely destroying the Roosters at the moment. Another 6 again. That's 0 tackle here for the Warriors. Fisher-Harris up the middle. Carries inside the 40. They're going to go straight back on the attack here, the Warriors. Clark, late ball, popped up there for who's Jackson Ford running off his shoulder. And a penalty here right out in front for holding down. And Angus Crichton is being called out now. I think it is Angus Crichton being called out. Oh no, Teddy. He's given a warning now. Official warning has gone to James Tedesco. That's too many penalties now. Too many 6 agains. Clean up your act. Or the next one's going to the bin. Penalty Warriors right out in front. Take the 2. Take the 2. They are taking the 2. Tanah Boyd to break this deadlock. And the Warriors are up for this one. Knee crumbler. Ahoy, mate. The Warriors are right up for this fight. You know, I saw something interesting on Instagram, actually. Now, obviously, Cherry-Evans played for Manly this whole time, but I think it said something like Cherry-Evans has lost to the Warriors the last 7 games in a row. Now, obviously, that was with Manly, not with the Roosters, but still, what an interesting stat, hey? Cherry-Evans is not, he's not won at Go Media Stadium in his last 7 attempts. Tanah Boyd, 25 out, right in front, puts it down the, he's hooked it! You can't believe it. Right out in front, 25 metres out, and he has hooked it off to the left. It remains 6-all, and the Roosters will have possession. Oh, Tanah Boyd, what have you done? You've been going so well. Walker goes short with the dropout. Nwanga Tuase bats it back. Then it's batted back again from the Warriors, but the Roosters get up in the line and steal the ball. Tedesco it was who claims it. Big defense, though, from Jackson Ford, rocking the Roosters backwards. They're 40 out from their own line, that is. Nafahu White in midfield brings it up to halfway. And some good leg drive again from Nafahu White. Short side for Crichton, Angus Crichton. Some fancy footwork, some rugby union footwork. Now they launch an attack right. Tedesco, though, spins back in field. Tedesco goes up the middle. A clean line break brought down from behind by Harris-Tavita. Fifth and last, 30 metres out. Cherry-Evans dinks it in over the top. Nwanga Tuase chases. It's off the head of a Warriors player. Sits up in the end goal. And Ioelu scores. A falcon from the Warriors. And Ioelu scores. Roosters take the lead. A falcon off the kick. I'm pretty sure it was a falcon anyway. Here's the replay as the Roosters launch the attack right, and it's Tedesco who spins away from Harris-Tavita, puts the fend on Fisher-Harris, but Harris-Tavita comes back at him. Cherry-Evans dinks it in over the top. Nwanga Tuase's escorted off the ball, and it's a falcon backwards off the Warriors and sits up for Ioelu in the end goal. Off the head of a Warriors defender, back into the end goal. Oh, Tuivasa-Sheck it is, off his head, right off the melon. And of all places for the ball to come off your head and sit up, it sits up in the end goal. Incredible. More arse than class, but they'll take it. Uso, ahoy mate, Uso Worlds. It is nice to be back on TikTok. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The referee has said we're going to have a look. Now, what I think they're looking at here, Nwanga Tuase, when he's gone up looking to bat the ball backwards, he has his other hand on the arm of Tuivasa-Sheck. Is this going to be deemed an obstruction against Tuivasa-Sheck? He grabs him there. Nwanga Tuase puts his hand over. And this is going to be no try. Oh, they've got away with it. They have got away with this one. It's going to be deemed a penalty against Nwanga Tuase. And the Falcon try is scrubbed off. Warriors fine touch, 20 out from their own line. Defunk says, I don't see his move to the Roosters as a good choice for him or the club. Could be wrong. Well, no, I think he's a good pickup. I mean, the Roosters, I feel, weren't far away last season. As quick hands now from the Warriors. They attack the right edge. They take it up over halfway with Tenny Zalesniak. Goes from dummy half. He makes some more meters. Tackle 4, 35 out from the line. Back into midfield. Boyd shuffles it on for Clark. They're up quickly on him. Clark lays it back for Boyd, keeping the ball alive. Settling things down now in midfield. Fifth and last, back for Boyd. Puts it high. Nwanga Tuase backing up. He's bumped off the ball. Warriors have it. 6 again. And the pass goes out now for Pompey. Pompey steps back in field and plants it down over the line. Adam Pompey, at the moment, has scored a try. Tedesco's blowing up big time at the referee. Oh, it's gone up as no try. We're going to have a look. No try. Adam Pompey. Tedesco is furious at the moment. And I think Tedesco's argument will be, if we just had ours disallowed down the other end for a challenge in the air, surely the exact same things happened here. Cherry-Evans definitely gets hands on the ball, so... Okay, Cherry-Evans is... touched the ball, restarts the tackle count because Capewell has stolen it. A perfectly legal steal. Gets the pass away to Pompey. All fair at the moment. Pompey then. One-on-one with Nwangani-Tawase. Puts a huge ankle breaker on him off the left boot. Pompey reaches out. Has he got enough downward pressure on it, Pompey? Has he got enough downward pressure on this ball? Has he controlled the ball enough to satisfy the bunker? He's got 4 fingers on it. Surely that's a try. Decision pending. Try is awarded. Pompey gets it. Try confirmed. Ten points to 6. Warriors leads. The kick from Tanah Boyd, landing at 5 meters out from the line over there on the left. And then the Warriors just had greater numbers, keeping the ball alive. Kurt Capewell's done extremely well there. Firstly, to steal the ball off Cherry-Evans and then get the pass away to Pompey. And the absolute ankle breaker that Pompey puts on Nwangani-Tawase here. Stepping off the left boot. And Marky Mark had no answer. 5 in from touch here. Tanah Boyd, favoured side for a right-footed kicker. Hooks it off past this near upright. Another miss for Tanah Boyd. And it remains 10 points to 6. The Warriors, they are up for this game. They are well up for this game. Oh, how many tries do I think in this match? I thought that there was going to be a lot. Put it that way. I thought maybe 8 tries. Going to be close. A close, high-scoring game. 3 or 4 tries apiece to each team. Warriors now from the kickoff. Eddie Donnelly, your multi's going to hit. Yes, nice one. Mine's not. Still might. Hey, look, we've still got 15 and a half minutes to go in this opening half. And another 40 minutes to play. But none of my try scorers have hit so far. Billy Smith has set one up. We'll see. Plenty of time left. And plenty of tries left to go as well, is what I'm suspecting. As now Tanah Boyd attacks the line, runs up over halfway. Oh, he's having a blinder as Tanah Boyd. Really looking to make it hard for Metcalf to get back into the squad when he's fit. 5th and last, the kick goes down for Tedesco. Tedesco takes it, and he is trapped 10 meters out from his own line here. The Roosters under pressure. Tupou runs it out to the 20. Takes 3 to hold him up. He maintains his feet. Walker now scurries away from dummy half. Catches them napping. Gets some great meters. Billy Smith now. 63% of possession has gone the Warriors' way so far in this one. That's a huge advantage that they've been enjoying. Tedesco now goes right. Flick pass out. Creates some space for Porga. Gets it away to Nwangani-Tawase. Olympic hurdles his way back in field, but then he forces the offload, intercepted by Pompey. And Adam Pompey is all over Nwangani Tuase so far in this first half. Nwangani Tuase got that ball on his edge, 45-degree angle, comes back in field, hurdles over the top of a prone player. But then he pushed the pass. Didn't need to do that. Well, this has been deemed a forward pass. It was spilt anyway by Tedesco, so I don't know what we're too concerned about here with all the replays. Warriors in possession. Tackle 1, 30 out from their own line. Midfield, big defense from Lindsay Collins. And who's that? Billy Smith's in over the top and giving away the penalty. Another penalty. I tell you what, Robertson is going to go absolutely off his cock at halftime. He will be tearing these guys a new one. The discipline has been atrocious here for the Roosters. Trent will not be happy, indeed. Stowers Smith on the field. 5 penalties to 1 in favour of the Warriors. Boyd, he's been controlling the show. Jackson Ford takes it up now. 12 and a half to go until the break. Vormoga is on. Or Vormoga. Boyd to Laban. Angles back in field. He's tackled 20 out. Keeping it in tight in midfield, the Warriors. 2 tackles left. Boyd heads across to the left. Goes out the back for Harris-Tavita. Delays the pass to Capewell. Angling back in and scoring under the posts. This is incredible. Kurt Capewell running the perfect line back in field. And he plants it down under the sticks. Clean line break. Nobody touched him. The delayed pass from Harris-Tavita. Perfect. 14 points to 6. The kick to come. Harris-Tavita holding the ball in 2 hands. Backing the Roosters' defense up. Delays the pass. And Capewell goes through without a hand laid on him. 14 points to 6. Here come the Warriors. We thought they needed Luke Metcalf. No, they don't. (14-6) kick to come. Now, I want to say it should be a relatively simple kick. Right in front, Tanah Boyd. He's taken it back to the 10-metre line. He missed from right in front from 25 out. He shouldn't miss from here. From literally right in front of the posts, Tanah Boyd to make it 16-6. He pops it over. 16 points to 6. 10.5 minutes to go until the halftime break. Who scored a try after Teddy? That was Adam Pompey. Tanah Boyd scored the first try. Tedesco hit back for the Roosters. Tanah Boyd then scored. And now Curtis Capewell, the most recent try scorer, as the Warriors lead by 10. 10.5 to play in this opening 40. Referee gets us back underway. Roosters send the kickoff deep. It's into the in-goal again. Another solid kickoff. And Jackson Ford with the hit up. Stowers Smith in midfield. Big set defensively needed here for the Roosters. They've got to stem the flow of the momentum. They've got to clean up their discipline. Sky Sports sucks, says the Maori Cuzzy. Who, actually, just out of curiosity, who have they got over there? Who's on the New Zealand Sky Sports? Fifth and last now, back for Boyd. Puts the kick in from inside his own 40. Easy take at the back here for the Roosters. Tupou winds up those big giraffe legs and gets a late offload away for Tedesco. Tedesco goes up the middle and he's chopped down by Capewell. Just short of halfway. Now some front foot ball. Nwangani Tawase gets the 6 again. Takes it into Warriors territory. 9.5 to go. Straightening the attack is Siu Wong. Butcher to Walker. Dummies. Takes the line on. Well read by the Warriors defense. Boyd brings him down. 25 out. Cherry-Evans at first receiver. Goes out the back for Teddy. Short ball. Tedesco wraps around. Gets the offload. Tedesco up to the 10. Flick pass out the back to nobody. Nwangani Tawase secures the loose ball. And the Roosters now have it in midfield. Bobbling the ball is Egan Butcher. And he does well to hold on in the end. Walker steps off the left. Steps off the right. Semi Walker. And he's a metre short here on the fifth and last. The crash ball is the option here for Siu Wong. Wong with a late offload to Cherry-Evans. And Cherry-Evans loses the ball. DCE has dropped it over the try line. And the Warriors will come back to the 20 with 8.5 minutes remaining. Oh, Captain's Challenge. They've called the Captain's Challenge. Russell, ahoy there. Good afternoon. Watching from Papua New Guinea. Go Roosters. Cheers, Russell. And Junior Joey says, go Rooster. Captain's Challenge here. Now, it was deemed to be lost by Cherry-Evans. The crash ball to Siu Wong. Has he been caught high? That's the Captain's Challenge. Siu Wong claiming that he's been taken high. Capewell's come racing up out of the line to put this contest on Siu Wong. Wong steps off the right boot and he's been copped around the throat. Well, I mean, that is high contact, but, geez, I mean, there wasn't much in it. But a high shot's a high shot, right? Stay hunky. Ahoy, mate. Well, he's got his hand firmly planted on Siu Wong's shoulder. He's got his hand on his shoulder. The arm has then wrapped around and hit the throat. This might be a wasted challenge here from the Roosters. Cherry-Evans then bobbles the ball and spills it with the line wide open. And this is going to be a wasted Captain's Challenge for the Roosters. Mickey, ahoy mate, Mickey Troy. Going very well, thank you, my friend. Challenge unsuccessful. And it will be a 20-metre restart for the Warriors. Eight and a half to go in this opening 40. 16 points to 6. The Warriors lead it. Well, actually, it's a 10-metre restart. Warriors scrum. Witeni Zelezniak with the first hit up. Brings it out to the 20. Valmorga. Taken down, and the two-man tackle taken down by a couple of little blokes too. He'll be embarrassed about that, the big man. Jackson Ford brings it outside the 30. Warriors now go straight up the middle. Egan sells the dummy, and he's dragged down. 5 short of halfway. Stowers Smith takes it into Roosters territory. That's the 5th and last. Boyd puts it high. Oh, Tanah Boyd's been taken out after the kick by Angus Crichton. And this is a penalty where the ball lands. Angus Crichton has come flying through to put pressure on Tanah Boyd, and he's copped him with his hip. Boyd's fallen to ground like a sack of potatoes, and this is a penalty, a kickable one for the War. Well, I say kickable, but Tanah Boyd did miss his last shot at penalty goal from right out in front. 7 minutes to go until the halftime break. Angus Crichton's on report. That was just foolishness there from Sir Angus. The Warriors find touch 25 metres out from the line. Stowers Smith backs into the defence. 20 out on play one. Boyd hands it off inside. Jackson Ford with another strong carry. 10 metres out. Bormorga to Boyd. Out the back for Nickel Clockstadt. Bobbles the ball. And he's well wrapped up by Billy Smith. He's actually lost it here, Nickel Clockstadt. No call. Boyd heads across field. Linking up with Ford again. Jackson Ford getting through an immense amount of work. Boyd with a pass to nobody, but it sits up for Tuivasa-Sheck. Pops the ball back in field for Harris-Tavita. And Harris-Tavita has scored out of nowhere. Chanel Harris-Tavita makes it 20 points to 6. They can't do anything wrong at the moment, the Warriors. The pass from Tanah Boyd was in front of everybody, and it bounces up kindly for Tuivasa-Sheck. Passes it back in field. It's a shocking pass from Tanah Boyd. Terrible pass. Boyd has thrown it about 2 metres in front of everybody, and it sits up for Tuivasa-Sheck. Throws it back in field for Harris-Tavita, and the try is scored. The Roosters are under the pump. Rebel nuts, ahoy, mates. What am I thinking? Roosters comeback or no? Oh, they need to tidy up their discipline ASAP. The Warriors are now starting to see some reward for the possession and territory advantage that they've had. It was a little bit of a concern. I would have said that the Roosters would be somewhat satisfied with where they were sitting, with the score still close at the break, considering that they've been dominated in possession and territory. Tanah Boyd from the sideline, bang on the sideline. Puts it out to the right. It's hooking back, and it fades back nicely. Tanah Boyd converts. And the Warriors lead this 22 points to 6. Yeah, so with 4.5 minutes to go until the halftime break, the Roosters really need to jag some points. If they can poach some points back before the break. Back underway again. The kickoff finds the end goal line. And Stowers Smith winds up. Brings it back into midfield. 4.5 to go in this opening 40. Jackson Ford, he's been immense in this last little period. Tuivasa-Sheck down the left edge, where he has indeed been wreaking havoc. 41 tackles in the opposition half compared to the Roosters' 13. It's been a dominant opening 40. And now they're sort of dominating on the scoreboard as well. Almost opening them up in midfield again. Fifth and last. 40 out from their own line. Back for Boyd to clear. From inside the 40, puts it straight down the middle of the field. And Tupou will wind up on the 20. And some good leg drive there from Daniel Tupou. Up to Waz, says drizzle for shizzle. Marky Mark in midfield. Bends the line up towards halfway. 3 minutes until the break. Cherry-Evans at first receiver. Roosters now 40 out from the line. Some fast ball. Walker, though, stalls. Fires it back into midfield for Lindsay Collins. Lindsay Collins with the settler. Quick play. The ball goes to nobody. Fifth and last. Walker now puts it over the top. Contestable kick. Tupou chasing through. It's loose on the deck, and Tanah Boyd has it for the Warriors. He's everywhere, Tanah Boyd. Drops on the ball. $22 points to 6 with 2.5 minutes to go. Tuivasa-Sheck backs into the defense. They're happy to just go to halftime here, you would imagine. Fifth and last on halfway. Tanah Boyd down the short side, puts this one high. Tupou plants himself under it, takes it on the 20. Gets the offload away for Tedesco. Desperate for some points here in the first half. Or some more points in the first half, the Roosters. 2 minutes remaining. Billy Smith gets away from one, but Tanah Boyd wraps him up. Like I said, he's everywhere, Tanah Boyd at the moment. Tedesco forces the offload to Walker. Walker to TCE. DCE to Crichton. Crichton lines them up. 1.5 minutes left. Heel fries, ahoy, mate. Halfway through the set. And a good run from Wong. Siu Wong up over halfway. 2 tackles left now for the Roosters. Cherry-Evans runs to the line. Out the back for Teddy. Teddy loses it. A big mistake. And the Warriors shut that play down. Tedesco drops the ball cold. 1 minute to go till the break. And the Roosters really need to clean up their discipline at the halftime break. So many penalties, giving the Warriors so much possession. So Brisguy, ahoy, mate. The TikTok's very finicky. TikTok disconnected due to inactivity. I don't know how I can be any more active when I'm literally live streaming, but hey, rules are rules, I suppose. Stower Smith up to halfway as the Warriors back in possession. Volmorga, dummies. 10 seconds left in the opening half. Slow play the ball, that one. Boyd with one last run. Can't get the ball away. It's wrapped up by Siu Wong. And that should be the halftime break. Well, they've got another tackle here, and it's caught the Roosters napping down the left edge. Tuivasa-Sheck kicks for the in goal, and it beats everybody over the dead ball line. 22 points to 6 at the halftime break. What a half it's been for the Warriors. Tanah Boyd giving himself and the team a round of applause. It's been domination. It really has been domination. Some of the stats, I can tell you, the Warriors, pretty much that entire first half was played down the Roosters' end. If not inside their own, inside their 20, inside their 30. Here we go. Possession at halftime. 64% in favor of the Warriors. 64% possession. Completion rate was a thing that we talked about last night. Completion rate. 88% from the Warriors. When they've got the ball, they're generally holding on to it. 22 from 25 completed set. The Roosters, 61%. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? 8 from 13 completions for the Roosters. 61%. That's why they're down 22 points to 6. 64% possession, 61% completion rate. Errors and penalties. Well, let's go. First of all, let's find the penalties and 6 again's ruck infringements because the Roosters have just been so ill-disciplined. 8 errors they've made, 6 penalties conceded, 3 ruck infringements, 2 inside the 10, and 1 player on report. Discipline has been a horrible, horrible, atrocious game of discipline for the Roosters. So there you go. I mean, that explains all you really need to know. Ill discipline has been letting the Roosters down. Errors. We saw Teddy drop the ball there, right on the halftime break. Mickey, am I going to be doing the Broncos game? I will be doing the Broncos game, yes. If so, would you like me to join the live? I can't do that on TikTok. Yeah, I do TikTok through my desktop. And, yeah, because of the shared stream amongst all the different platforms, we're live on... Actually, I wonder how Twitch is doing. I completely forgot to... Oh, God. You know what? I just realized I completely forgot to open up the Twitch chat room. My apologies. King Gene over there. All right, let's catch up on what King Gene's been saying. Sorry, King Gene. I completely forgot to launch the Twitch chat room. Let's see what's going on over there. Okay. King Gene has won 30 off a $10 bet. That's awesome. Great job. I actually haven't got a single try scorer yet out of the 4 that I picked. Knee Crumbler says 1,000-6 is the new scoreline prediction. 22 points. This has just been incredible. Like 22-6 at the break. So, I mean, look, it's not over for the Roosters, but they've got to clean up a lot. And what they need to tidy up is generally not something that you see happen in a 10 to 15 minute halftime break, right? That's all I'm saying. I don't know if they can fix what needs to be fixed at the halftime break and get it done this game. Obviously, and this is very much stating the obvious, but you would feel the Roosters have to be the first team to score in the second half, right? I mean, that's common sense. 22 points to 6 down. They have to be the first team to score if they're going to be any shot, because 22-12 is suddenly not looking so bad. 28-6 is game over. Marcus, 5,400. Ahoy there over on the Twitch. Anbu Antics says, nope, it's over for the Roosters. Waz defense is crazy this season. Well, we haven't seen... I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced about that because we haven't really seen the Waz defense have to do anything at the moment, have we? We just went through the stats there. 60%... no, it was more than that, wasn't it? Possession. Yeah, oh no, 64% possession in favour of the Warriors. The Roosters have only had 13 sets. So, I mean, their defence hasn't really had to do anything so far tonight. DJ Sack. Ahoy, mate. You're in Melbourne right now. Very nice. What's happening down there that you've popped down there for? I myself will be back in Melbourne in May. I want to say. Maybe April as well. If I can justify the expense, I'll be there in April as well. Stephen Mace says, WTF is Cherry-Evans doing? Hopping from team to team, low performance right now. Marcus says those silly penalties can't give away late in the half. Jeremy wants to know thoughts on the Tigers this year. Honestly, I love the Tigers, but I've given up. I mean, maybe this will be the year they turn it around somewhat. They've made changes at the board level, which probably needed to happen, yes. But the Tigers are a team that I've really wanted them to do well for the past couple of seasons, and they've let me down, and I've just given up on them. I've given up all hope. Kai's Kitchen 23 says, up the Waz, baby. A great first half. Somstar says, Bulldogs came back from 20-0 versus the Raiders last season. Anything is possible. Oh, look, on the surface, 22 points to 6 is not at all. And 16 points, 3 converted tries. Pfft. It's not an insurmountable lead by any stretch of the imagination. But, I mean, in the context of the game, they're just so far off the pace, the Roosters. And that's the problem. They just don't look likely to get themselves back in the contest. Game ML, I did tip the Roosters in this one. Junior Joel Wee says, Roosters, we still trust you. 60%, there we go. The stats have updated. 60% possession in favour of the Warriors at the halftime break. Knee Crumbler says you should come to New Zealand, Dan. Go train with the Waz and show them some secret plays. So I know some great secret plays at the pub. I think my time on the field is well and truly beyond me. I don't think my knees would hold up anymore, even doing a training session. Sweet Pea is not talking to me. That's all good. But yeah, hey, look, New Zealand's definitely on the agenda. I've got a bucket list. I've got a bucket list of countries, obviously, that I would like to go to before my time on this earth comes to an end, shall we say? Trying to put it in the least depressing way possible, but yeah, New Zealand is most certainly attending a live All Blacks game in New Zealand is very, very high on my agenda. So there you go, Knee Crumbler. I'll come to New Zealand. You and I will go to the All Blacks match. How does that sound? Youngie says, how does DCE look in the Roosters? This is actually a really interesting talking point. I was wondering at the start of the game, so Cherry-Evans has been named at number 6, right? Sam Walker has retained his role in the number 7 jersey. What I personally thought would happen is that Cherry-Evans would take over leadership of the team, basically control the team in the number 7, and Sam Walker would switch to the 6 role. And I know it's just a number on their back. At the end of the day, the number on the back of your jersey is not largely irrelevant, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the role that you're locked into playing within the team. But I was curious as to who was going to lead the team. So Sam Walker is clearly still running the show. Cherry-Evans has taken a little bit of a backward seat to him. And so Trent Robinson has obviously still said, look, Sam, you're the future. This is still your team. DCE's here as more of a mentor role. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring somebody in just for that, maybe, don't have him out there. Have him in a coaching capacity. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just, he's not been good. Put it that way. He's not been good. He really hasn't contributed what I thought. I thought that he would be the missing piece. Not necessarily him, per se, but But a player like Cherry-Evans, I felt was all that was really lacking from the Roosters last season. They weren't far off, I felt. But now, watching this performance with him there, it feels like they're a long way off the pace. I mean, the Warriors are just making them look foolish. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anymore where Cherry-Evans fits into this team. I mean, they clearly brought him in as an experienced head, leadership capacity for Sam Walker to continue to learn his game. But, yeah, I mean, he's not really contributed. I don't feel like the Roosters have gained anything with Cherry-Evans being there out instead of, say, Hugo Savala. Or Sandon Smith. Like, Sandon Smith is not there anymore, obviously. He's moved on to another club. But I'm just saying, like, that type of player, they could have stuck with Sandon Smith there and not even bothered about bringing DCE over, is what I was saying. Too late for that, though, of course. Sandon Smith is lost to the club. LV, ahoy, mates. You just need Tupou and Billy Smith. I need me some Billy Smith as well. He set one up. He's made a couple of line breaks as Billy Smith. He's probably looked the most likely out of the Roosters players. So who knows? Hopefully he gets over. Hopefully. The Big Pelican. Ahoy, mates. You've got the Panthers beating Haas. The Panthers to beat the pain in the Haas, huh? Panthers by 14. Wow, that's confidence. That is some confidence there, Big Pelican. Predicting the Panthers to beat the defending premiers on their home turf by 14 points. I hope that Halisima comes on because he is in my multi. So I'd like to see him out there, but yeah, if they continue to dominate the game, I mean, you don't change a broken system. Don't change a broken system. Keep the man protected. Taluto 6397 tipping the Roosters 1-12. There you go. So some Roosters supporters in the chat room have still not given up hope here. They still feel like the comeback might be on. Oh wow! I've just realised I need to top up my drinks before the second half starts. I'll be right back. Oh, God, the second half started. That caught me by surprise. And it's the Warriors who will have first use of the ball. 22 points to 6, they lead. Second half, Roosters really need to clean up their discipline. No more 6 agains, no more penalties. What a good, strong carry from Jackson Ford. He's been immense. As Egan now scurries off down the short side, up towards the halfway line. Halfway through the set, a great start to the second half here for the Warriors. Nickel Clockstat back into midfield, brings it up over the halfway line on play 4. That's the 5th and last now. Short side for Boyd. Tanah Boyd puts it high. And it's taken at the back by Tupou for the Roosters. Jason Hamilton, ahoy mate, you met Curtly Beale in Dunedin today in line at the Chemist Warehouse. Good value banter. That's hilarious. Curtly Beale just randomly wandering around Chemist Warehouse in Dunedin. As a penalty here goes to the Roosters. Capewell's given it away here. High shot on Nawangani Tawase. And that is just what the doctor ordered here for the Roosters. Finding touch, 10 short of halfway. Can they get themselves back into this one? Up over halfway. A minute and a half into this second half. Nat Butcher settling things down in midfield. Wong puts the bumpers up and charges forward. Halfway through the set, flat pass there to Semi Walker. Goes out the left. Tedesco taps on for Tupou. Tupou's ankle tapped and brought to ground inside the 20. Over on that far touch. Walker back into midfield. Teddy dances around and delays the pass out for DCE. Cut out ball. And the Roosters go to ground 10 metres out from the line here on the right edge. Fifth and last. DCE onto Walker with the crossfield kick. Again, he hasn't got the distance on it. It's going to land 10 metres out. Tupou loses it forward. And it's claimed by the Warriors. Although, referee's blown the whistle. I don't know why he blew the whistle. We could have just played on at that point, but... Big defense here from the Roosters. Second half has only just got underway. 2.5 minutes into it. 22 points to 6. The Warriors lead. But I've got to say, look, just that set alone. It's been a better start for the Roosters here in the second 40. But maybe Cherry-Evans needs to take over the kicking duties. Slow play the ball here for the Warriors. Egan catches them napping around marker again. He's having a hell of a game, Wade Egan. Warriors shift left. Capewell's cut out. Pompey steps off the left boot. Flick pass over the top. Goes into touch. And that is a very simple error that will hand the Roosters possession on the halfway line. Adam Pompey got himself a little bit too excited there. Beats the first defender. He's holding Cherry-Evans off with his right arm. An unnecessary flick pass out, looking for Tuivasa-Sheck. And comes up with a mistake. Late offload here for the Roosters. Ioelu loses some ground. Tedesco goes into play dummy half. Here's Angus Crichton up over halfway. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Warriors up by 16. Wong at first receiver. Put on his back in a three-man tackle led by Jackson Ford. Walker goes left, holds the pass up nicely. For Crichton, Crichton goes to ground. Tackle 4, 30 out from the line, over on that left channel, back into midfield. Walker to DCE. Holds the pass up for Butcher. Well read by the Warriors' defense. Fifth and last. Walker skews it off the side of the boot and it's going to go out on the full. Batted back in field. Walker gets a second kick to it. Ball's loose in the in goal and Cherry-Evans runs around out of nowhere and steals himself a try. It was messy, but it got the job done. And the Roosters have scored first in the second half. Another shocking kick from Sam Walker. It was going out on the full, but it's been batted back in field by Nawangani Tawase, who leaps from the field of play, bats it back in. Sam Walker gets the second kick in. It's spilt by Nickel Clockstadt in the in goal. Oh, now has Nickel Clockstadt grounded it in the end goal? They might have a look also at where Nawangani Tawase leapt from. Oh, he's grounded it here. This is going to be no try. Nickel Clockstadt has grounded this on the line and saved the day. They will have a look at this and surely come to that decision. This try's not been confirmed yet. Nickel Clockstat runs back. He collects the ball on his own try line. He's picking the ball up. He's trying to pick. This could be his problem. He's trying to pick the ball up. The ball is touching the ground. It's touching the grass, but he is trying to pick this ball up. That might be the only thing that works against him here. It's gone up as a try. It's gone up as a try. They have to now justify, did Nickel Clockstat ground this ball or was he trying to pick it up? 22 points to 10 it is at the moment. The try is not yet confirmed. We're going to go and have a look. We're going to have a look. Nickel Clockstat clearly gets to the ball first. There's no question about this. He scoops it up. He's short of the line there where he grounds it. He then rolls onto his back. He's still got hands on the ball. And he's grounded it over the line. This is going to be no try. No try, but it is grounded in goal. And the Warriors with the goal line restart. They go quickly. It sits up on the halfway line for Ioelu. Hands it off for Egan Butcher. And Butcher bends the line. And he goes to ground 35 out in midfield. Roosters. A let off there for the Warriors as Lindsay Collins. Tackle 25 out. And temper's now boiling over. Lindsay Collins versus Kurt Capewell. Queensland teammates. And now both teams come together in midfield. Push and shove. Shirt grabbing. Tempers are boiling. Oh, the penalty's going to go to the Warriors. Tedesco is fuming right now. Jackson Ford and Lindsay Collins have gone toe-to-toe, and then Capewell, the third man in. Now, the penalty usually goes against the player who reacts. The penalty normally, in that circumstance, would go against Capewell. But the Roosters' ill-discipline again has let them down. Warriors in possession on halfway. Trent Robinson looks furious, as you would expect. Stower Smith, 40 metres out. Halisima's on the field. We talked about whether he'd be on the field. Halisima. He's on. For Moga to Boyd. Boyd with the short ball. For Capewell. Capewell carries it to the 20. The Warriors could essentially put this game to bed here. Egan out of dummy half. 10 metres out now on the fifth and last. Slow play the ball. Boyd has it in midfield. Crossfield kick is a good one. It's going to land right on the try line. And there's the try scored. You can't believe it. He's only just come on the field. He's been on the field for about 10 seconds. And Leka Halisima has scored the try. And the Warriors have got this in the bag now, surely. Halisima only just onto the field. And over he goes. $26 points to 6. Philip, thank you very much for the tiny and the Choco Stars over there on TikTok. Very much appreciate that, mate. Halisima, that's why we've got him in our same game multi. Try confirmed. Junior Mayweather, if I'm not mistaken, I'm quietly confident that Halisima came on for Jacob Laban. The knee crumbler says Lecker is attached to the try line. He always finds a way to get some points. 26-6, Tanah Boyd from just to the right of the post pops this one over, and the Warriors lead 28 points to 6. This is incredible. The Roosters. Cherry-Evans, the curse continues at Go Media Stadium. Roosters with the restart, sending it deep. It's going to land on the 10-meter line. But Tuivasa-Sheck gives to Stowers-Smith. It's hard to see a way back now for the Roosters, let's be honest. Hard to see a way back. Here's the try scorer, Halisima. Yes, it's not over for certain, but it's extremely unlikely as Wade Egan fights his way to the 40-meter line. An early kick here from inside the 40, looking for the 40-20, but getting nowhere near it. Scooped up by Nawangani-Tawase. And he's taken down just short of the halfway line. 28 points to 6. Egan Butcher up over halfway. JC Smoke wants to know if I'm going to wave the white flag in the me versus Tanah Boyd battle. Well, cut out pass from Tedesco. Goes to Tupou, but he has to bobble the ball before he could get control over it, and he's taken down easily in the end. Tedesco at first receiver. Onto Walker. Hands it off inside for White. And Big Nafahu White. Fifth and last. 25 out in midfield. I'm pretty stubborn, JC Smoke, as Walker dinks this one in over the top for Tedesco. Tedesco competes for the ball, but it's taken by the Warriors. Now, did he catch it in goal? Here's the question. Nickel Klogstad got one over Teddy there. Nice kick from Walker. Tedesco times the chase perfectly. And he's taken it in the field of play and then gone back into the in-goal. So, goal line dropout. Warriors go deep. Roosters ball. Winding up his Butcher. Brings it back to the 30. Cherry-Evans in at first receiver. Nafahu White. Bends the line again. Spins in the tackle. Watson's on the field. Short side. Tedesco. Spins in the contact. Looks for the offload again. Teddy. Taken down 10 metres out. Cherry-Evans has taken over the steering of the ship here. Goes out the back for Walker. Double pump for Billy Smith. Billy Smith fends with the right arm. Slides across the line and scores the try. Billy Smith has always looked the most likely of the Roosters players. There's a second tick off our multi. As well, by the way. So I've got 29 minutes. I still need Watini Zalesniak. And who's the other one I need? Oh, Marky Mark. Nawangani-Tawase. He's the other one that I still need. Billy Smith got himself one-on-one. Put the big right arm fend on. Slides across the line. 28-10. Well, Blocker Roach has written off the Roosters, that's for sure. Billy Smith scores out wide, about 5 metres in from touch. Certainly not a gimme, the conversion. Still 28 minutes left to play in this game. I mean, there's time enough if you're good enough, right? I mean, that's what they say. Time enough if you're good enough. Sam Walker from the sideline. Taking his time to line this one up. The try's been confirmed, only just. Wow, that took some time. That really took some time. Walker, it's the favoured side for a right-footed kicker. Going through his motions here, Sammy Walker moves in, puts it off to the right. It's hooking back, and it's right down the middle. It is 28 points to 12. 3 converted tries in 27 minutes without leaking any more. It is not beyond the realms of possibility. Dan Jam, ahoy, mate. You've missed one of the most impressive, dominant first-half performances. The Warriors built themselves a very, very big lead at the break. Now the Roosters, if they can jag another quick try here, it'll start to ask questions of the Warriors' defense. The kickoff lands on the goal line for Cherry-Evans. Gives it to Teddy. Teddy feeds it on there for Siu Wong. And Wong taken down 12 meters out. Nafahu White now brings it out to the 20. Short side. Watson delays the pass. Dummy spins in contact. And he's taken down 35 out halfway through the set. The Roosters. Short side. Cherry-Evans. Onto Butcher, running off his shoulder, tackled on halfway, gets a late offload. No, it's too late, says the referee. Go back and play this ball just shy of the halfway line. 2 tackles left for the Roosters. Cherry-Evans out the back for Walker. Walker gets a late pass to Teddy, spins into space, flick pass back in field for Billy Smith. And that's the 5th and last, just inside Warriors territory. Cherry-Evans now puts it high down the middle of the field, contestable. And it's well taken by Watini Zalesniak. Warriors back in possession, just outside their own 20. Stray Kids Lover, ahoy there. By the way, just in case there's any confusion over that username, Stray Kids, I believe, is probably a reference to the K-pop band and not just general kids who are stray out on the street without homes. Being a K-pop fan myself, I was able to pick up on that one. Tackle 5 on halfway here for the Warriors. Down the short side, Harris-Tavita puts this one high. And it's an easy, uncontested take of the back for Nwangani Tawase. And he's tackled inside the 20. Fisher Harris getting ready to come back onto the field. Slow play the ball here for the Roosters. Tupou rumbles it up the middle. Tanah Boyd's got hold of him, trying to rip the ball out. Well, hopefully he wasn't trying to rip the ball out. It was 3-man tackle. Nafahu White now up to the 40. Big leg drive. Almost spins himself free. They're getting some quick ruck work now. The Roosters inside ball for Tedesco. Clean line break. Draws in the fullback. And he sends Angus Crichton away for the try. Here come the Roosters. Angus Crichton, after the clean line break. Teddy Tedesco draws in the fullback and sets up the try. Connor Watson finding the space around the ruck. And here they come. 28 points to 16. Suddenly there's 24 minutes left to go. And it's only, it's only going to be a 10-point difference after this conversion. Here they come, the Roosters. They've clicked into gear. Angus Crichton. Jason Hamilton. 10, the K-pop man. Yeah, well, I was just in Melbourne recently for Vives. Vives and Twice were performing in the same week down in Melbourne. It was insane. It was a hell of a trip. Sam Walker, 10 to the left of the posts. $28 points to 16. Sam Walker to make it 28-18. Puts it down the middle. 28 points to 18. 10 points the difference. It is game well and truly back on. Game well and truly back on. Well, funny you asked that, Dan Jam, because I was talking about it at the halftime break. DCE seemed like he was taking a bit of a backward step in that first half, and they were letting Sam Walker control the show. This second half, DCE's been in at first receiver a lot more, steering the ship, and suddenly the Roosters have just clicked into gear. Nwanga Tuase takes the kickoff, and the Roosters have lost the ball. Nafahu White on tackle one spills the ball, and just when they got themselves back into the contest, they've come up with a huge mistake. $28 points to 18. And that is a massive, massive error when they've just done all that hard work to get themselves back into the game. It will be a scrum down. Warriors ball, 10 meters out, right in front of the posts. 23 minutes left in this half. Warriors go right. And it's Leila Tua who puts the fend on. 5 meters out, over on that right edge. Back into midfield for Ford. Spins in the contact, and he's taken a ground a couple of meters out. 4 tackles left here for the Warriors. Egan sends it left for Boyd. Back inside for Fisher Harris. And Fisher Harris is dumped in a 3-man tackle. 5 meters out. Halfway through the set. And Tanah Boyd with the dropped ball. The Roosters race up in defense and put pressure on, but it's a penalty for offside. They were inside the 10. And that justifies the mistake. 22 minutes remaining. Penalty right out in front. Do you take the 2 here and just put the gap out to 12 points? 2 converted tries. Surely you do. Surely you do. With 22 minutes remaining. Yeah, they were up very, very quick. The Butterfly, Knife Kid, ahoy there. Welcome along. Yes, sirs, over on TikTok. Ahoy, mate, welcome along. Kelvin Dempsey says Mark with a double to finish the game as Billy Smith is down in back play. Just cramps by the looks of it. Jason Hamilton, yes, BTS is K-pop. 28 points to 18, a penalty to the Warriors right out in front. Well, just to the right of the posts. 12 meters out, just to the right of the post. Tanah Boyd lining this one up. Moves in and pops it over for the gift 2-pointer. And the Warriors lead 30 points to 18. A quarter of a way left in this contest. A quarter to go. Roosters, 2 converted tries. They've found a way to not be out of this contest. Here's the restart. Sent deep. It's into the in goal. Neil the hippie. Ahoy, mate. Wayne Stretch. Ahoy. Yeah, I do have a multi. Actually, that's what I wanted to check. I wanted to check if I've been given any cash out options on my same game multi here as the Warriors go an early shift. Halisima fends 1, fends 2, throws off a 3rd defender, Halisima. Oh, he's immense. One of my favorite players, Leka Halisima. And now, gets up and plays the ball with blood gushing out of his nose. So, okay, they've offered me $17.93 on a... the Warriors break away, keeping the ball alive. Healy with the offload back in field. Pompey created the line break. And the Warriors are suddenly 15 metres out from the line. Fifth and last coming up. They race up on Boyd, but Boyd gets away. Fires it over to Watene Zelezniak. Angles back in field. He's tackled 20 metres out. Fifth and last. Tanah Boyd, crossfield kick. And it's too heavy. It's taken by Marky Mark in the end goal for a 7-tackle set. Yeah, so they've offered me a $17.93 cash out. I still need Watene Zelezniak and Nwangani Tawase. Oh, we've got time off here. Nwangani Tawase's got some cramps. There's still 18 minutes to go. I'm going to let that one sit. It's a $620 payout versus a $17 cash out offer. It's a no-brainer. Let that one ride. Roosters on 0 tackle, 30 metres out in midfield. 18 minutes, 40 to go. They've got themselves back in the contest. A converted try will make things very, very interesting. Angus Crichton up towards halfway here on play 2. Set restart here for the Roosters, is it? As a slow play the ball. Yes, ruck infringement. Cherry-Evans goes out the back for Teddy. And Tedesco's an easy target out the back, but penalty has been given away for mouthing off. The referee is not happy with one of the Warriors players having a few words with him. And that is a penalty to the Roosters, who find touch now 40 metres out from the Warriors line. $10, Jason Hamilton. $10, 620 potential payout for 2 more tries in 17 minutes, or take a 17 cash out. I think it's a no-brainer to let it ride. Siu Wong up the middle. 25 metres out. 17 and a half left to play. Watson goes left for Walker. Drops it inside, and 20 metres out now, the Roosters. Converted try makes it very, very interesting. Walker, delayed pass out the back for Cherry-Evans. DCE, late offload back to Walker. Walker in midfield, calls troops on the inside. It's Teddy. Teddy, from a standing start, beats the first tackle. And he's taken down 10 metres out. Quick play the ball for Watson. Tries to catch them napping. Gets the offload back for DCE. Numbers to the left for the Roosters. A no-look flick pass out the back for Billy Smith. Standing start, and he makes it 5 metres out from the line. Fifth and last. Grubber kick sets up in the end goal. Lost by the Warriors. And the Roosters recollect it for 6 more tackles. Pressure. The Warriors have spilt it. Siu Wong in midfield. Can't get the pass away. That's tackle 1. The Roosters are building. Walker puts a kick in on tackle 1. And it's taken by Tuivasa Sheck in the end goal. Why has he kicked on tackle 1? Talk about giving your coach a bloody heart attack. The Warriors will have the goal line dropout. They'll send this one deep, surely. As deep as possible. 16 minutes left to play. And the Warriors do indeed send it deep. It lands on halfway. And it's Nafahu White winding up. Brings it inside the 40. Stands in the 3-man tackle. 35 out in midfield. Cherry-Evans wants it on the short side. Drops it off inside for Egan Butcher. 15 and a half to play. Wong to Walker. They go left. Racing up and jamming in from the outside. Creates space for Tupou. Tupou steps back in field. And he is just a metre out from the try line here on play 3. Watson fires it out for Walker. Walker to Cherry-Evans in midfield. Double pump out the back for Teddy. 6 again for the Roosters. And here's a try opportunity. Well read by the Warriors defence. A metre short over on this right edge. Marky Mark goes in to play dummy half. Walker's put a kick in again. It's plucked out of the air by Kurt Capewell. Try saver by Curtis Capewell. And Sam Walker has got to nix those kicks early in the tackle count, trying to put kicks into the end goal. And now a penalty to the Warriors. Kurt Capewell take a bow. And now they get a penalty to back it up. 14.5 to play. Sam Walker, miserable. Why is he kick? It was a heavy kick anyway. And now a penalty to back it up. Hi, Matheson, ahoy. Boogs, ahoy, mate. Wateni doing anything? No, you know what? He's had a really quiet game, has Wateni Zelezniak. And of course he's having a quiet game when I've got him in my multi. 14 minutes left to play. And the Roosters, Sam Walker is not doing the team any favours with these kicks on the try line early in the tackle count. A late pass from Harris-Tavita out the back, well collected. The Warriors stay on the attack. Capewell again with good hands. Sam Healy. 30 metres out. 2 tackles left here for the Warriors. Boyd heads across field. Drops it off for Fisher Harris. Fisher Harris back for Clark. Clark for Boyd as they continue to search right. Here's Halisima from a standing start. Halisima with the offload. Going backwards though, the Warriors here. Back to the 40 on the 5th and last. Harris-Tavita puts it high. Contestable ball. Pressure on the Wanganitawase, but he does well to take it. Marky Mark. Oh, and he's got cramps again here, Nwanganitawase. Tuivasa-Sheck giving him a bit of a stretch, and so's Cherry-Evans. 30 points to 18. 13 minutes to go. Roosters. 12 minutes left to play. Can they score off this set? Tupou brings it outside the 20. Still down in back play is Marky Mark. As Nafahu White puts some footwork on in the middle. Brings it outside the 40. Walker onto Teddy. Teddy dummies and goes straight through, but it's called by the referee an obstruction. Penalty to the Warriors on halfway. And they will get the ball back. The Roosters can't believe it. 12 minutes left to play. Obstruction's the call. Oh, jeez. Rough call. Jake Ponchy edits. Ahoy, mate. Yeah, the Roosters are blowing up big time here at some of the officiating. Warriors fine touch, 30 metres out from the line. Back into midfield they go. Jackson Ford's been immense tonight. 11.5 minutes to play. Fisher Harris charges forward. 20 metres out, right in front of the posts. 4 tackles left. Healy from dummy half gives it on to Clark. 15 out, halfway through the set. Healy goes again to the right. Boyd holds the pass up for Halisima, who spills the ball. Towed through from the Roosters, and Tedesco dives on it. Roosters have it 30 metres out, over on that left edge. Quick play the ball here. Walker brings it back into midfield. Fires a huge cutout pass over to the right, and a nice step from Polga. Gives it to Nwanganitawase, who's up over halfway. dances through one, taken down by Tuivasa-Sheck. 35 out from the line. The Roosters not quite done yet. Cherry-Evans to White. Spins in the contact of Ford. 10.5 to play. Primrose, thank you very much for the heart me on TikTok. Space out to the left, but Tedesco goes up the middle instead. He had numbers out to the left. He might want that one over. Cherry-Evans dummies and spills the ball in contact. Warriors come away with it. Cherry-Evans with the error. 10 minutes left to play. And Cherry-Evans, for the second time tonight, coughs up the ball in contact. The Warriors, 10 minutes left to go. Leading by 2 converted tries. Oh, they're surely home. They're surely home now, the Warriors. Inside the final 10. Quick play the ball there from Sydney Roosters. Stowers Smith. Ollie says, Reed invited me to his party. Oh, very nice. I'll be there with bells on. Literal bells. Halisima now on halfway. Tries to keep the ball alive. He's taken a ground. 5th and last for the Warriors. Short side they go for Boyd to put it high. Sends it deep. Roosters should take this one easy. Tupou winds up and brings it back to the 20. 9 minutes remain. Walker to Nawangani-Tawase. Bends the line, but well tackled. 30 metres out. Walker in at dummy half. Steps away from the markers. Gets the pass to Cherry-Evans. Cherry-Evans holds on to it this time. Butcher up to halfway. Back in midfield. 2 tackles left. Nafahu White with a good, strong carry. What a run, Nafahu White. 5th and last, 35 out from the line. Walker puts it high. Contestable ball. Roosters flying through to put pressure on. Watene Zelezniak spills it. Tedesco comes away with it. No look pass in field is dived on by the Warriors, but no advantage. We come back for the knock on against the Warriors, and the Roosters will have it 15 out from the line. 8 minutes left to play. 2 converted tries, the difference. It ain't over till it's over, but they've left themselves a lot of work to do. 69, thank you very much for the 10, whatever that is, over on TikTok. Oh, it's literally called TikToks. Nice. Thank you very much for that. Cheers. I'll crack myself open another drink for that one. 69, Daniel Lynch. Robert Jeffrey says, who's Cherry-Evans? Some goof who's having a terrible game with an extremely elongated neck. I mean, honestly, his neck looks even longer in white. Scrum down, 10 metres out in midfield. Roosters break to the right. Oh, that's high contact and a penalty. Sam Walker's calling for 10 in the bin, but there won't be 10 in the bin for that. Capewell, not for the first time tonight, getting a little high. No, not like that. Not getting high as in high contact, obviously. Egan Butcher, 5 metres out from the line. 7.5 minutes to go. It's now or never for the Roosters. Cherry-Evans to White. Nafahu White straightens the attack. 5 metres out from the line. 15 in from touch. Cherry-Evans in midfield to Walker. The double pump out the back for Teddy. Teddy's got a 2-on-1, but Tupou slips. Tupou slips into contact, loses some ground, and the Warriors' defence is solid. DCE again in midfield. Drops it off there for Ford. Collins. He was tackled by Ford. Left they go. Walker with a short pass. Well read by the Warriors' defence. 5th and last. Intercepted by the Warriors. And away goes Fisher Harris, but he doesn't have the pace, the captain. That's game, set, and match now. Unless the Warriors do something absolutely stupid, that's game, set, and match. And we can get ourselves ready for the Broncos-Panthers coming up immediately after this one. 6 minutes 20 to go. Warriors staying down now, looking for the penalty. Player Tua. Down. Craig Howarth, ahoy mate. You saw DC a few weeks ago before I was going to see Lacuna Coil. He really does have a very long neck. Something about this white jersey, the Roosters jersey, just, yeah, it's crazy. Uso edits, who would I say is the best NRL rivalry ever? I'm assuming that we'd only be talking about premiership games because State of Origin is considered obviously part of the NRL, so you'd have to say State of Origin. But if you're talking about just premiership rivalries, yeah, Halisima went over for the multi. Slow play the ball, this one for the Warriors. They get a 6 again. Fisher Harris now takes it up to halfway. Storm Panthers says stay hunky. Storm Panthers in the Storm Panthers sort of since 2000, the COVID era onwards. It's a good one. Tanah Boyd, flat pass there for Halisima. Halisima rocked back in the tackle. 5.5 to go. Tackle 4. Clark turns in the tackle. Can't get the pass away. 5th and last. Back it comes now for Harris-Tavita. Skews it off the side of the boot. And Tuivasa-Sheck takes it. Pops it back in field for Harris-Tavita to get a double. Just to put an exclamation mark on this game. Chanel Harris-Tavita. 34-18. And the Warriors have fired an early warning shot here in season 2026. For anybody like myself who thought that the Roosters were going to be immensely better in season 2026, the Warriors have just said, go screw yourself. We've got a thing or two to say about that. Andrew Swan up the wires. 34 points to 18. Without Barney and Metcalf. Metcalf, I thought, was obviously the biggest loss. Mitchell Barnett is obviously an immense forward, representative player, but I thought Metcalf was the biggest loss for the Warriors. But Tanah Boyd has really stepped up. I mean, Tanah Boyd has really, really stepped up. Got to give the guy his props. Stepped up tonight, led the team from the front. Harris-Tavita bags himself a double. Tanah Boyd, 10 in from touch. Almost a man of the match performance, you'd have to say. Moves in, strikes this one on target, bends it back, and another 2 points for the home side. 36 points to 18. 4 minutes left to play. They could get another one. They could get another one here, the Warriors, because you should imagine the Roosters will just completely shut up shop now. Four minutes left. Well, actually, my game clock is so out of whack. Panthers, Broncos coming up next. We'll have to jump over there very, very quickly. Watene Zelezniak bats it back. Roosters get hands on it. And they've lost it forward, the Roosters. They've got no challenges remaining, and they've lost this one forward. The Warriors. Roosters went short with the restarts, and they've knocked it on. 3 minutes left to play. Can the Wales go? Oh, that's a penalty for back chat. The referee has copped no chat back so far tonight. We saw the Warriors get pinged for one, and now James Tedesco's been pinged for dissent. Having words to the referee. And a penalty on halfway here for the Warriors. Finding touch on, well, just to the Roosters side of halfway. Pompey taps and goes. 40 metres out. 2.5 minutes to go, and then we're diving straight into the Broncos versus Panthers. Stowers Smith in midfield. Spins in contact. They want more points, the Warriors. Forget about exclamation marks. They want the whole goddamn vocabulary. 2 minutes, 20 to go. Halfway through the set. Egan with the cutout ball to Fisher-Harris. Fisher-Harris, 15 metres out in midfield. Egan goes right for Boyd. Boyd shows and goes. Delayed pass out the back for Nickel Klokstad. Nickel Klokstad beats a very weak tackle, and he scores. Sean Nickel Klokstad. 40 points to 18. Still 2 minutes to play. The Warriors have scored so many tries, I can't even fit them on the scoreboard anymore. Nickel Klokstad breaks the line. A very, very weak tackle. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. The Roosters will just completely go off the boil now because the game's over. 40 points to 18. Wow. Wow. What a performance. 1 minute 30 to go. Time's up on my clock, but Broncos versus the Panthers coming up next. Andrew Swan says, thank you for the commentary. Much appreciated from Honolulu, Hawaii. Cheers, Andrew. We'll be getting ready for the next game. Panthers, Broncos. Tanah Boyd from the sideline puts it on target and gets another 2 points in a man-of-the-match performance. Tanah Boyd, I'd written him off as not NRL standard before the game. Son of a bitch comes out and has a man-of-the-match performance. And the Warriors win 40. Well, there's still time left on the clock. They might get another one. There's 57 seconds left. They'll get time for the kickoff and a couple of tackles. The Warriors lead 42-18. They might want another one. Sean Johnson on the sideline applauding the efforts there. Roosters go short with the restart. Warriors bat it back. Watene Zelezniak comes away with it. Heading across field. Now he straightens. He's taken down just short of halfway. 30 seconds left to play. 42-18. They've done their job. Cherry-Evans has absolutely, in this game, just based on one performance, has certainly not lived up to the hype. Warriors spill the ball with 17 seconds left to play. And we've got time off. They're not captains challenging, are they? They are captains challenging. Oh, the Warriors, they just want it all tonight. With 10 seconds left on the clock, they're going to captain's challenge. That call of a knock on. Oh, they just want everything tonight, don't they? They're getting greedy here. I told you they wanted more points. Panthers, Broncos. We're going to have to launch straight into it. Challenge unsuccessful. And the Roosters will get one last play. I'll start to get things ready for that one. Broncos, Panthers are, of course, coming up. Roosters with one last shot. Down the short side they go. The kick and chase over the top is taken by Tuivasa-Sheck. Tuivasa-Sheck throws it into touch. And the Warriors have put on a performance to be extremely proud of. And they have fired a warning shot, like I said. Fired a warning shot here to the rest of the competition that the Warriors, they are here for season 2026. All right, Wasted Water Sports. Feel free to follow along, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, follow on TikTok. We're going to end this one now, and we're going to go straight into the Panthers versus the Broncos coming up. Catch you very, very shortly. We do have to set up a new stream because that's just the best way to